Greetings and salutations, YouTube. This is John. You might know me as Math Fails, although I lost that channel for some reason. And this is Mary Dreaming of the Sea. And we are going to be dialoguing today about energy, vampires, vampirism, and the like.
Yep. It's a topic that comes up quite a bit in today's culture, at least the one I participate in, especially online. Because we see energy as a real thing. It transfers between people, between objects, and it affects moods. If you're high energy, you're typically in a good mood and you're able to be yourself in the way that you want to be. And if you're low energy, then you typically can't. You're not in a good mood. You can't achieve the selfness, the selfhood, or you just I would say you have to shut down some of yourself and minimize your energy usage within yourself, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Has this happened directly to you, people you know? Or is it just a vague concept?
It is a concept that I think a lot of people probably have a different idea about because it's kind of a new concept, even though vampirism isn't, but energy vampirism is. And it's based on something that was a lot more like a legend where people physically sucked other people's lifeblood out either till they died or till they became really weak. And so that's what the concept is based off of. And I've had to talk about it a lot.
So with social networking sites like YouTube and Facebook, there's a draining effect on the individual, and how do they get away from that? How do they stop it? How do they end it? Is it possible?
I see a lot of people, including myself, go through periods of intense individuality where they have to really proclaim what their stance is, and it's typically people that are also really open to new ideas and to new phenomena, and observing that kind of stuff and seeing new patterns. And so I don't know if that's related, if that openness and using the social media in that sort of a way makes you more open to losing your individuality, losing your selfhood, becoming a victim of social vampirism, or just even one individual kind of trolling you and vamping you. Trolling being like going to somebody's information and just... I'm not really sure about trolling, actually. John, can you explain about trolling? Because I'm kind of backwards on a lot of online jargon, actually.
As far as I understand, trolling is just going onto someone's webpage, blog, or YouTube site and leaving more or less negative comments, comments that are not constructive, and attempting to try to be a cog in the functionality of that user's work page, something like that along those lines. And anyone could Google trolling and find it. And anybody that's been a gamer and you're studying game design,
Yes,
knows that there's forums and then there's like lol trolling and whatnot. But is there lol vamping? And vamping would be, I'm going to get back to draining of energy of someone. And what do we do? Are you someone who is being vamped by online? Are they predators? if they're vamping?
Well, I don't know, because I was just accused of vamping today, and I didn't feel like I was doing that. But if somebody else feels like you're vamping them, that's definitely something to take into consideration, because that's how, they're in a bad, they're losing energy over something, or maybe they're not. Maybe it's a tactic of energy vampires. I don't know. It's, anytime anyone says an idea, it's going to vamp energy from people because they're going to think about the idea and they're going to contribute their energy to it. And it's like, was that your choice to contribute your energy, or was it not? Was that just you being open and being yourself, or was that you being forced to be more open than you would like to be and actually having to contribute your energy to something you didn't want to?
Yeah, I think of the whirlpool or tide pool effect, from that getting sucked into something when you know you didn't want to be sucked into it because of how much energy it's going to cost you, the person who's going to expend that energy. So I guess a choice of where to spend one's energy, how one responds to the so-called act of energy vampirism. Um, if you have been a victim of energy vampirism, or if you've been on the offensive side and you see positive attributes of being a vampire, then I guess leave a comment.
That's interesting. I wonder, because they used to bleed people back in the day to release the ill humors. So that is an interesting concept. They used to put leeches on people. They used to make cuts and put leech. That's what doctors did. That's why I don't trust doctors.
Respecting the health industry and trying anybody who's going into that field.
I'm a harder person to gain. Like, the doctor would have a barrier already, so I have a hard time finding a doctor that I trust. That's more accurate. So that I don't be a vampire to people, make them not like doctors just because I don't. I think that's what the person today who is calling me an energy vampire, that's what they were trying to say that I was doing, and I'm taking a look at that. But I also want to say that there are people out there that it's hard to think of a defense for some people. Some people are very persistent. I don't know what to say about that. Is it something you can control? Are you just, once you get to a particular frame of mind, you just then become a vampire? Like, if you're a teacher, you're kind of shaping your students to all of your... Anyway, whatever. I'm just thinking out loud.
This is the place for it. And on that, if you want to think out loud, please leave a comment. If something along the lines of energy vampirism has happened to you, or you are, like we said, on the offensive and you have positive reasons for it, please leave a comment so we can get the discussion going. We wanted to get back in this, and we're getting back in this with the topic of energy vampirism. Any final words, Mary?
Oh, yeah. Also, ideas for abundance of energy. That's one of the things I like. Yeah. Holon network, holonic abundance. How does it tie into that? Maybe.
Sure. Questions that need to be answered by the public. I know it's been a long time since I've posted something. Like I said, I lost my other channel, and we're just trying this out to see if it works. Peace.